Hi, and welcome to the 38th Coffee Lecture Series from the Chemistry, Biology, Pharmacy Information Center at ETH Zurich. I'm Gina Cannarozzi, and today I'm going to be talking about Mind the Graph. Okay, so what is Mind the Graph? This is a tool for making scientific figures, and it has a drag and drop interface. So I can go over here, I look for messenger RNA, and these are the elements. I can just pick them up or click on them, and they jump right into the canvas here. And then in this way, I can build an image or a scientific figure. So when I asked for mRNA, I got this one. I did make something, and this is the one I ended up using. So when we look at these tools, I'm comparing to BioRender. BioRender is the pinnacle of illustration tools. It's the one that a lot of people here use. It has a vast library of icons. It has a pencil where you can draw membranes, for example. There's a plug-in to the protein data bank. An AI tool, you can graph your own data. It has a lot of functions. The problem with BioRender is that it's relatively expensive. It's $35 per month per user. And to publish a figure made in BioRender requires a paid account. So Mind the Graph is kind of the same kind of interface, but it's much cheaper. It operates under the freemium model. That means they have a free level. At the free level, you can make illustrations and use them, but they will have a watermark, and publishing requires a citation, and you can have up to 4 illustrations at a time. The paid level is called Researcher, and this is only $9 a month compared to $35 from BioRender. There you have access to 75,000 plus elements. They have a lot of templates. You can request customized illustrations, and the illustrations you make are watermark free, and you have the full publishing rights. They also have an AI generation tool. They also have this level, which is called Prime, and this is Mind the Graph bundled with 3 other tools for academic writing, AI literature search, and journal finder. This is called Editage. So this is, they've added Mind the Graph into this package. Just, we haven't tested the other tools. Okay, often people ask about the licensing of created illustrations. At the free level, you can use the illustrations you make with the citation and a watermark. That's not like BioRender. And then the illustrations you have a Creative Commons attribution share-alike license, so you can share and adapt it, but you have to put it out there with the same license. Premium subscribers have full rights to the illustrations they create. They're recognized as authors, and they don't have to attribute Mind the Graph. So the tool looks like this. If you open it up, they have a lot of pre-built canvas sizes, but you can always make your own canvas size. And if you look up here, it says start with a template. You can start with a template or not. They have templates for graphical abstracts. All of these elements in the templates, you can click on it and change. You can click and change all of the text. So at least they give you a layout here that you can adapt to your needs. They also have slides, and within the Mind the Graph, you can do a slide presentation. You can present directly from the tool, and they have infographics and templates for posters. Okay, so my test is to try and replicate a figure in the figure editor, and I found this one, which does not look like it was made with BioRender, but I'm going to try and replicate the top part of this figure in Mind the Graph. And when I do that, this is what I came up with. So what's easy to do are lines. I made these lines. You have choices of different lines. I took that mRNA template. I can add text wherever I want. They have shapes such as arrows. And this Cas9 is an built-in element that they had. So it looks quite close to what they have. It has some other things here, but I can remove those. One thing that I didn't like is that when making biological sequences, it didn't have a fixed width font. So you can see here, these sequences have the same number of characters, and even if you put a bunch of dots, but they have different lengths. And so when you're drawing sequence alignments, this is not what you want. What I did like is they have align and distribute, which I use a lot, and I found a template that suited my need, but usually it's just one template. I don't have much of a choice, but so far what I've needed has been in there. What's great about this tool is you can export in vector graphic format, SVG, and then I can fix it in Illustrator. So I exported this to Illustrator, and you can see now I choose Courier, which is a fixed width font, so all of my sequences are exactly lined up. I can change, the coloring or on the text converted with no problem. And that is something special about this tool is all the text turned into text. It's not always the case. These ones, the G and the C and the A and the T within the figure did not convert to text. They converted to a path. And so I can remove those and add text, but all of the other ones converted nicely to text, which is a big plus. The thing I absolutely love about this tool is that the path for these shapes is exactly one path. And often when you take a figure and convert it, then this could turn out to be like different lines and different paths. But since it found the figure, it found the shape and made it one path, you can see with the blue outline here, that means I can select it. I could change it into 3D, which they don't have 3D. And the same with the circle, it was selected as one path. And that for me is one of the strengths of this tool. Okay, so I did try and use the 3D, the AI generator to generate a 3D effect, and I got this. So I said, make it 3D and make it white in the middle with getting darker towards the edges. So this clearly is not a figure element that I would use. And they have this AI generator, and actually they say it's in beta. And today I tried to use it this morning. I got only errors. Yesterday it worked. So one thing I did find was limiting is 1,000 characters is the maximum prompt size, which is small for a prompt. And so unlike Figure Labs AI, which generates AI figures, you would have to prompt for each element rather than prompt for the entire image, but that's the way this tool works. So it's not exactly a minus for this tool. They also put the disclaimer that you should always check to make sure your AI generated pictures are accurate. Okay, so I did one more test, and that's my standard test of making a translating ribosome with EP and A sites. This is the one generated from Figure Labs where I prompted it to make a ribosome translating. I wanted the EP and A sites, a tRNA pool, and the mRNA with a codon and anticodon, and I got this. One thing I want to point out here is in Figure Labs, you can see that this text did not convert to text nicely. Every time you have this black thing, it means that the translation to vector graphics has a problem. So I would say mind the graph, the vector graphics conversion worked better than in Figure Labs, but the figures are also more simple. In Mind the Graph, I took this icon of a ribosome and superimposed on it this icon of the EP and A sites. The one thing I'd like to point out on this icon is I'm not sure it's entirely accurate. Normally, this growing polypeptide chain comes out of the middle like it does here and in this book. And here it's coming out the side. That may be okay depending on how what step of the translation you're in. But what you should not see is this amino acid on the exit site of the ribosome. So you have to be very careful that you get something that's accurate. And I will email them and ask about this icon. Again, on this one, the vectorization was perfect. I got this shape, and even the small elements on the mRNA had I was able to select them with no problem at all. And that didn't happen here in Figure Labs. So yeah, so that's that example. So in summary, Mind the Graph is an alternative to BioRender. You have to try it yourself if you want to see if it works for you and if it has the elements that you need. I really loved their export to SVG format. It worked really well. I've never had a tool that had SVG export so well. They have a good license and a good price. The disadvantages are it's limited in the number of elements it has compared to BioRender. There's no fixed width font, and the AI generator is still in beta. It didn't exactly work that well for me. They do respond to email, not immediately, but I did get a response to the email I sent, and they will make custom figures, so that's worth a try. So there's a coffee lecture card if you'd like the coffee lecture card. And tomorrow, the coffee lecture will be on the materials project and presented by Yoshi Dolitz.